Hello, hello. It is your favorite Mexican American in Germany. I'm also wearing my dindle to celebrate our conversation for the evening, which is all about how to find a job in Germany. I am struggling to breathe in this corset, but that's fine. We're doing it for the aesthetic, for the fashion. And today we're going to be talking all about why I'm wearing this. Not really, but mostly how to find a job in Germany and create a life for yourself there. We're just waiting for Hannah to jump on in. She is the foremost expert of how to find a job in Germany, what to do if you are unfortunately unsuccessful in that process, and how to recover that sort of situation, even if it seems a little bit hopeless. So we're just waiting for her to jump in. Where are you, Hannah? Let me see if I can try to invite her. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, I can definitely go. So as you know, I'm calling in from Berlin. Hannah is actually based in Hamburg. So that is a city to the north. There she is. Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Oh, I can only see your mouth. Oh, you are buffering. Give it a second. So yes, Hannah actually lives a little bit farther north from me over on the west side. Oh, is there another? Okay, let's try that. What is going on with this room? Hmm. What is happening? Sorry, guys. We're having a technical drama. One more time. No, why can't I get her in this room? All right, I'm going to drop off momentarily and try to, well, actually, no, she's back. There we go. Okay. Hopefully we can get her in this room. So, Hannah actually lives on the west side. I'm on the east side. There she is. Hello.
Hello. It's so close to my face. Oh my God, there we go.
Yeah, no
Is it good
worries.
now?
Yes, we can see your full face instead of just your mouth.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
wearing a dirndl in your honor.
Woo! Love it.
It's almost Oktoberfest time, and I'm just so bummed that yet again it's been canceled because of COVID.
I have actually never been to Oktoberfest. It makes me like the worst Auslander ever or expat in Germany. I've been to smaller ones in like Hamburg, but the big one never. And I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna go.
Really? You don't want to see people vomiting on themselves in the middle of the day?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's maybe an experience. If I ever leave Germany, I have to do it. But it's all I see is just like a lot of crowds and drunk people. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, the small version last year was actually pretty good, but I've also never been to Oktoberfest, which is
Yeah.
held in September for all of you that don't know.
Yeah. Is the chat working for you? Because I can't see anything.
Yep, Berlin Expat Guide just said that she's been to Oktoberfest and it's so expensive and not worth it.
It's so strange. I'm not seeing the chat at all. This room is very strange.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're having some errors, but that's fine because we are going to
Yeah.
carry on with the meat of the conversation.
You can just tell
So,
me what people say and I will get it.
can do. Well,
Yeah.
Aspen says hello,
Yeah.
and
My girl. Hello.
let's get into it. So, we're
Cool.
here to talk about finding a job in Germany. But first, can you please introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you do?
Yes, I'm Hannah. I'm Canadian. I'm living in Germany for 7 years. Professionally, I work in marketing and event marketing. On the side, a lot of people you might know me from TikTok and Instagram, making funny, sarcastic videos about my life in Germany. Yeah, I'm in Hamburg, Germany, for the Hamburg people there. So yeah, this is me in Hamburg.
I thought you moved to like a little island outside of the town. No?
No, not permanently. My boyfriend lives there, so it was kind of like an escape for the pandemic, but I go see him on the weekends. He comes here sometimes too.
Oh, gotcha. Well, glad to
Yeah.
have you still in the like major cities because I don't know if I would go to a little island with some woman I met from the internet.
No. I met him on Tinder. Okay, that's another story.
Yeah. Well, let's start at the very beginning because you
Yeah.
had an interesting reason for coming to Germany. And what was
Yes.
that reason?
Well, I'm not sure if it's interesting. I think a lot of women probably have this as their reason, but I came here for love. But that love was a failure, which it should be. But it did last for many years. But I also studied in Germany as well, and at the Cologne Business School. And yeah, I've been working in Germany for, I don't know, well, basically the whole time I've been here.
Well, that was quite the leap of faith that you made to come for love. Even though it didn't work out, do you think it was still like worth the experience?
100% because I got to finally go to my comfort zone and I did have that support system my first years here, so I can be very thankful for that. Um, Someone who was there while I was, not having the most amazing jobs and probably had a lower salary and stuff. And but without this relationship, I probably wouldn't have come. I mean, it was something that helped me come here. And I remember thinking to myself when I was in a relationship, like, if this relationship doesn't work out, would I stay in Germany? And I have like
Mhm.
this very weird thought sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, the relationship didn't work out and I stayed in Germany. I was like, in another world, I went home, but now I'm still here.
Well, we're happy to have you because I
Yes.
think you provide such an amazing perspective on the German experience. I know there's many ways to get to Germany, love, work, studying, but
Yeah.
for you, you came for business school and then did you immediately jump into the workforce or how did that work?
I came to as an exchange student here in Cologne for 6 months. And yeah, I was, I studied, did my bachelor in tourism management and also event management. And I got to go to the school and do that too. And I really saw, okay, this is actually cool. There might be some nice opportunities here. So I kept in touch with the school job board after I left the school, and there was lots of postings and stuff like that. So I ended up getting my first internship through that university as well.
Amazing. So you
Yeah.
started first with an internship and then did that progress into a real full-time job?
Yes. So I got the internship with a startup company in Hamburg, and I think I was perhaps a little bit overqualified for the internship because I did have a lot of experience from Canada. I worked in hospitality and tourism for like 4 or 5 years before I moved to Germany. So I was, always a self-starter and super independent worker. And then they were just like, yeah, so there's like this team lead position for this market, perhaps you want to try it out. And I was like, yes, me. And me with no team lead experience. But one thing, working for startups in Germany, the pay is low, but you can get really cool positions from them. So there's like, some benefit to it. But yeah, I ended up getting promoted to a team lead position just like 6 months after my internship. And I worked there for 3 years, and that company grew massively with the 3 years I was there and ended up getting so much experience managing a team of like 6 to 10 interns and full-time employees. And then I didn't want to work with a startup company anymore because the pay was shit. So I got a job where I'm working now,
Mm-hmm.
which, yeah, as in working for a software company doing global event management and marketing, which is my dream job. Before I was doing e-commerce management for online booking websites, kind of like Expedia,
Mm-hmm.
um, but for cruises. And I love that too, but I always knew that event management, being with people and like doing something physical and being able to see it live and not just see it on a computer screen was what I wanted to do more.
Mm-hmm. We have a great question in the chat. Was your
Yeah.
experience in the startup and team lead in English or in German?
It was all in English. So I actually on and Dutch, if you can believe it. That's a funny story. So I was a team lead for the Australian team, the Australian content team, and I had all English interns from Ireland, Australia, Canada, US. And then also they needed like a temporary team lead for the Dutch team, and they just let me do it as well. So I can't speak any Dutch, but after working in Dutch with Dutch colleagues for 3 years, my German now sounds Dutch because I was more exposed to Dutch my first years in Germany than I was German. But yeah, I was in English and I spoke English with all my colleagues there. And the only German was basically the German people talking amongst themselves in the company, but it was completely English company, English communications.
Mhm. Was
Yeah.
there any difference between your CV in Canada that you adapted to the German market with, or what was that application like?
Yeah, so I would say like my CV in Canada was a bit more fluffy and stuff, like my experiences, my skills, what I like to do, la la la. And in Germany, I find that they're like it's like sack 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 sack. Um, you need, to have your experience really laid out, no
Mhm.
gaps. Like these are all your positions. They don't want if you went on like a travel year to like Australia or something like this, they want to see that in your resume, like why you have that there. They want a photo. If you don't have a photo on your resume, they won't even your CV, it won't even be looked at. Um, and that's a big thing here is having these Bewerbungsphotos where you're just like, I'm so professional right now.
Yeah.
You definitely need a Bewerbungsphoto and yeah, your education and stuff. I do find that a lot of companies here, a lot of people have masters and stuff. So
Mm.
masters are different level in Germany than they are in US and Canada. Like we study a lot longer in Canada and the US for our masters. Here it's a bit shorter. So I
Mm.
always feel like the Canadian or American bachelor's is just as good as the German masters, but you kind of have to prove this in your applications as well because some German companies don't understand that.
Hmm. The same can be said for the UK. Like
Yeah.
most people do their bachelor's, which is 3 years, and then immediately jump into their master's to avoid the real world.
Yeah.
Um, but would you say that, or you do or don't have a master's? Sorry.
No, I don't have a master's. I did my tourism management bachelor. It was just 4 years in Canada, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get a master's, to be honest.
And that's totally fine. I think
Yeah.
unless you really need that skill set or you're trying to make a career change,
Yeah.
a master's is not really that financially important. Like you spend way more money than you seem to get in return, especially in America.
Yeah.
So save
I
save your money, kids, and go get some years of experience first before you make
Well,
that.
also, I think it's easier in Germany to do your master's because the government is basically letting you do it for free. So, you mean, it's not
True.
such a huge investment. So everyone's like, okay, I'll get my bachelor's. Okay, I'll get my master's. Well, in Canada, in US, and US is worse in Canada, you have to spend like, $3,000, $4,000 a semester at least. So it's
Mm,
like, okay, I can work now. I'm going to work now. So it's a bit different here.
mm,
Also, I find in Germany, I don't know about you, but while I was doing in high school, while I was doing my university, I worked part-time jobs throughout the whole thing to like pay for my life, pay for my school, pay for my accommodation.
mm.
So I got tons of experience before I even had my first technical big girl job. So
Yeah.
but I find in Germany a lot of people don't have part-time jobs while they're
Hmm.
studying or in high school and stuff. So a lot of people literally just go to their whatever equivalent of high school, gymnasium, or Realschule, and then they go to their Ausbildungs, which is like a traineeship,
Mm.
or to university, and then they get a job. And yeah, they don't have the fun little like bartender job or like the catering jobs and stuff where you get
Yeah.
like real world experience. Like those skills are helpful in lots of things. I mean, those okay, like you can really apply them to stuff, and I think that really helped me here to yeah. Getting a job in Germany, I always say to people, okay, your first job might not be the dream job you want.
Mm.
It might be something that's maybe boring to you or something you were never interested in, but you have to remember, like, you don't have any German experience, and they're not going to see all those past jobs as experience. But then you need to take those skills which you got from all your work, or wherever you were in the world, and apply
Mm.
them to a job here, and
Mm.
just like it will help you. And then once you get lots of experience, you worked with the company 2 years, then you have the ammo to get your dream job in Germany.
For sure. That was my
Yeah.
like journey too. So I worked
Yeah.
shitty jobs in London and China got experienced, learned how to position it correctly on my CV, and now I would argue that I am living my best dream life with my
Me
career.
too.
And it only took me 8 years, guys. So
Yeah.
you too can live your dream life after 8 years of suffering.
Yes,
Uh,
there reminds me of some TikTok I saw actually. Like, you too can look
yes,
like me. I know it's
that
not
was
even going
exactly what I was doing.
to. Yeah, exactly. I had the same. So I wouldn't say I suffered for 3 years. My first years in Germany, I had a really great job. I had great colleagues and stuff, but my pay was like, if I wasn't living with my ex-boyfriend at the time, I would not be able to afford life here, which is kind of stupid. I had like a very, high senior position, a team lead position, but it was not enough to pay rent in Hamburg. So you can say like this is kind of a problem with startups in Germany. But
mm,
if you have a support system here, or money saved, it's definitely a great way in
mm.
to get a really good job in Germany someday. So yeah, if you can look past the free fruits and stuff, it's actually quite a good experience. You get a lot of free fruit
Can
and beers on Wednesday.
could I ask you how much you made for that with that first job?
I would say I was earning like net or net before. Do you want before tax or after tax? I can't even remember what it was
After tax.
after tax. It was like very little, like maybe like 1,300 or something, 1,600 at
Mm,
most, and for a team lead
yeah.
position. So welcome to my life 3 years ago. But yeah, this is what
Yeah,
you can expect.
I had the same thing in London with my first job there. I
Yeah.
was paid £1,300 after tax per month, and thank God I had a partner that I was sharing some of my expenses with, because
Yeah.
you truly can't live unless you really economize on your space, your living situation. I knew multiple people who were adult women, adult
Hmm.
men sharing a bedroom in London because
Yeah. Well,
that's
London
all
is
they could afford.
completely different than Germany when it comes to like cost of living. But yeah, I think in Hamburg and some German cities, you can get by with this. You would have to live in a shared apartment or something like this.
Mm,
But you won't have like an amazing, oh, let's just go and get a fancy flat white this weekend, every weekend. So
mm,
you'd have to, cut some corners there. But I have to be honest, like, as an only English speaker in Germany without having German and without having any European experience or German experience, you're probably going to get paid shit.
mm,
I'm just putting it out there, but it's
mm,
not going to be forever. You just have to remember this. If you can speak B1 German, intermediate German, you're going to have more opportunities there for
mhm.
sure.
I think it's important that we acknowledge that there is a certain amount of grunt work or like beginning sacrifices to
Yeah.
most brand new stories in a new country. Like you have to put in the work in order to bring yourself to that next level, because it's about experience and network.
Yeah.
How did you find your second job?
So my second job, I was always wanted to be an event manager, and I think I saw it on Indeed.de. And my biggest tip for everyone looking for a job in Germany, Indeed.de is my favorite platform. It's so simple. It's just like intuitive, like Google. Make a newsletter for yourself. So put in all the keywords of the jobs you want. I mean, don't
Mm,
be too specific. I literally just put English and jobs or English. Also, I spelled it in German, and I made like a daily update newsletter that came straight to my inbox. So I'd be the first one to see all the English jobs in Hamburg, and I still get this every single day because I'm curious. That's why like I
mm,
know about the market here for jobs. Um, and I literally got that email one day because I was kind of suffering at my job and didn't feel like I was being treated right. And I saw that email and I was like, events marketing. Oh my God. So I applied. I literally stopped everything in my life. I was like, like apply for the job. And then actually I got an interview. And then like 4 or 5 interviews later, I got it.
mm.
And I worked myself up there. So I was in like a junior position, and then I worked up into a like senior position at my company. So now like my title officially is like senior event marketing manager, something like this. And I work for the not just Germany, but on a global scale. I take care of like 22 countries. event marketing. So it's an amazing job. Before the pandemic, I got to travel and like do events in London, do events in New York, do events in Prague. It was like, oh my God, am I living this life right now? And I'm really happy when it can come back. It slowly is coming back.
Yeah. And I remember from some of our discussions and one of your TikToks that you actually had to leave Germany because you couldn't get
Yes.
a job at some point. What was that situation?
Yeah, so that was back to the lower paying job where I came to, so in Canada you have it's not the same in the US, but you can come to Germany on a thing called a work and travel visa,
Mm-hmm.
and you get one. You can get one or two. You can get two officially, but the first one you can apply from Canada, and then you're here, and then you work anywhere for a year maximum. So I had the job already, the internship when I came to Germany. So I was like, okay, I have a year. And I talked to the company and said, my visa is only good for a year. After a year, what happens? They said, no problem, no problem. We'll just sponsor you and you'll get a working permit. I was like, okay, didn't think about it for a year, really. And then, I see my visa is expiring in 2 months. And I contact the office and I was like, can you please phone the immigration office? I need to figure this out. They're like, okay. They didn't really follow up the correct way. I never go into an immigration office. I was like, here's my salary, which was quite low, as we just talked about. Here's my position, because they want to know what your job title is. Here's my education. And then, 3 weeks later, they said, no, sorry, visa denied. And I was like, what? What the fuck? And they're like, yeah, sorry, you don't make enough money to stay here. And at that time, I was, living with my ex-boyfriend who was, making a lot more money than me. And, I wasn't going to be a problem to the economy, but still they said, no, you're not contributing to the economy enough. I need to make more money. So you either have to you have to leave.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of back and forth. I, had to talk with my company and be like, can you give me more money? They were like, no, but we'll phone us on the immigration office and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And I was like, okay, left in their hands. They didn't figure it out, and time went by. I had my visa extension went by, and I got a letter from the German government. I probably still have it somewhere saying, yeah, I gotta go by this date. Like, you're gone. Like, if you don't leave, you'll be like, it's illegal. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna go then. I have felt really defeated at that time, and I went back to Canada. I did have a plan B, and there is another visa which you can get only when you're in Canada. You can't get it when you're in Germany, and it's also work and travel, but you have to have a job. And I really didn't want to fly all the way to Canada, be home for 2 months, have to leave my job for 2 months, because at that time in the world, you couldn't work remote or anything like that. So I was like, that's my last option. So I flew home. I went to the immigration office in Toronto, the German embassy, and I was like, look, like, please, can you guys give me a visa? I want to just get back to my job. And they gave me one. So I was back in Germany within a month on a different visa.
Yay.
It was a very dramatic time for me. I didn't know if I was going to come back to Germany after I left. I didn't know, but from that point, I've been in Germany since, and I got my permanent residency. So
Yeah.
6 years later.
Yeah. You're official, baby.
Yeah,
they can't kick you out.
Well, they can if I do the legal things, but no, they can't. So it's fine. It's much better.
Yeah. With your second, or actually, let's back up real quick.
Yeah.
In addition to Indeed.de, what other recommendations would you give people who are job hunting in Germany?
Yeah, so I would say job hunting from abroad is a lot harder here because you're not in the right time zone. You're kind of like this random person, your LinkedIn network probably doesn't have anyone that's connecting to this kind of people you're applying for. So if you're applying from abroad, I would say network, share it everywhere, start connecting. I didn't do this myself, and my good friend Jackie, she's also has an amazing career in Germany. She actually went on LinkedIn and found other like people in Hamburg working in similar industries and just messaged them just for like, hey, I just need some advice. I see you're living in Hamburg, like maybe like how I can look for a job, or maybe you have a connection for me. And actually she's like best friends with some of these people now, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
And grow your network that way. all the expat groups. I'm
Mm,
one of the admins of expats in Hamburg. We don't allow like news and everything. There's also a lot of Facebook groups like English jobs in Hamburg, English jobs in Berlin, English jobs in Germany. If you want an English job, I mean. Do all the newsletters for Indeed, Monster, Stepstone, everything like this. What other tips are there? Yeah, your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn, Zing is also a good one to have. There's lots of opportunities which
mm,
aren't posted LinkedIn, they're posted on Zing. That's mostly German stuff though. But yeah, make sure your LinkedIn profile is super up to date, you're active and everything because it's a really great tool. And yeah, those are kind of my main tips. Also, be flexible because, as I said before, you
mm,
might not find that job. Like, I've seen people, women posting in these expat groups saying, like, oh, I'm so sad. I have no job. I had this amazing job in the States, and I don't know. I moved here from my boyfriend, and I'm just so sad because I'm like unemployed, and I really want to do this, but I don't like anything. And I'm like, girl, boo-hoo, go find a job. Like, I don't care if it's like at the, as a sales assistant at Mango. Just go get a job and you will get your
mm,
job eventually. You just need to get
mm,
in there somehow. Network, network, network. So yeah, those are my main
mm.
tips.
I also have a good tip, which is how I was able to
Yeah.
find my jobs. I added people with my same title at the companies that I wanted to work for.
Yeah, that's
So
similar
when
to the
they
LinkedIn thing.
posted, yeah, when they posted vacancies, be like, come work on my team or blah, blah, blah. Uh-oh, my background. We're almost done. It's fine. Come work on my team. We're having this event. We're doing this thing. And I would actually respond and start relationships with these people online and then somehow try to get them on the phone so they could talk to me and see that I was not a weirdo and well worth referring into the company. So
Yes,
don't be shy
definitely.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Be
LinkedIn.
aggressive.
Am I still here? I cut out for a second. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
Yeah, LinkedIn is a great tool. Even now, I mean, once you have your job in Germany, treat LinkedIn as your profile, your portfolio. Like, I share absolutely everything I do at my job on my LinkedIn because I'm super proud of my work. Even if it's just like a small campaign or I did an event here, did an event there, I helped the team with something, it's on my social media. I always share it. This is for anywhere, not just in Germany. Just
Mm.
like treat LinkedIn as your portfolio, share, 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 and lots of opportunities will come. Networking opportunities, being invited to events, being invited to speak. Um, yeah, I was like this December a jury on one of the biggest event marketing awards, which I just got from posting on my LinkedIn. So I was like, wow, yeah, LinkedIn's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Well, we are coming to the end of our live. I think
Yeah,
we covered so much already, and I'll have to have you on the live again to talk about your content development career and your burgeoning influencing
yes, that's a
career.
whole nother thing. But I know so
Yeah,
many
no
people want
kidding.
tips on how to be a expat influencer. Like,
Wear that with pride.
yeah.
Um, so, can you remind everyone where they can find you and if you have anything coming up that you'd like to promote?
Yeah, so as you can see, Travels by Teslin on Instagram, TikTok, Hannah Teslin. Yeah, just follow me. I post a lot of funny videos of my life in Germany. Also, a lot of content about professional life in Germany too, and other tips. Like, I just posted a video about like curly hair stuff and tips. I do a lot of varied content. So yeah, I hope to see you on my channels.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the internet.
See you. Bye.
Bye.